Again, appreciate y'all, man. I love you guys. Thank you for the calls. Thank you for the donations.
No doubt.
Don't forget, man, support the channel, support the platform. I need you. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. And again, man, I love you guys. Don't forget the 5 things I'm gonna leave you with. Ride your own ride, stay in your own lane, mind your business. Have enough love in yourself to have some love for me. We're gonna ride for love and love to ride, man. We gone, man.
What's up, Big Sale? This is your boy, Pastor Nate from Enlightened Ministry Biker Church from Los Angeles, California. When we're not riding, we listen to FHO Podcast Radio.
Yo, man, it's your boy Big Sarge from Florida Chapter Soul Brothers, man. Y'all know how I get on. I'm always listening to my man, Big Sale from FHO Podcast Radio. You keep it motorcycle.
What up, y'all? This Big Punch from the motherfucking Candy Shop. We chilling over here with Big Sale, man, the FHONICKEMMY, man, you know what I mean? All them alphabets, man. About to get all that shit going. Holla.
Yo, this is Visions by Cinnamon Smiles. If I'm not advertising, networking, or promoting for you, I'm tuned in to FHO Radio with Big Sale, shawty.
What up? I linked to my Uncle Big So in the FHO Radio.
God damn. Hey! It's Big Sal. What that mouth do besides tell the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
What up, man? Sale FHOHNIC, man. We on, man. We are on live. I'm trying to make sure, are we on? Can you hear me? Yes, you can. I am. Let me turn my volume up. I am on. There I go. All right, so this morning, man, I told you guys, as promised, we talked about this. I brought my girl on. We did a cool little thing. She announced that this morning we will be talking about domestic violence on the MC set. It's just domestic violence around you, wherever you are, you know, on the whole. We're going to kind of tackle the subject today. It's a touchy subject because, you know, a lot of y'all, know your partners that ain't shit. And, you still deal with them on a regular basis. But we're gonna get into it, man. I got some survivors up in here. You know, a couple of heavyweights and, some good shit going on. So we're going to talk about that today. Also, this month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. I didn't know that, the whole month of October. So no beating, no getting beat up for the whole month of October. That's your 30-day pass. And we're going to get it together, man. Let's get it.
FHO Podcast Radio and Purple Hearts on Steel Against Domestic Violence presents a live in-studio discussion about the abuse of women and men on the bike set and in our community. Live, Saturday, October 17th at 10 a.m. GA time, 7 a.m. West Coast time. Hosted by Wanda Harris, a.k.a. Show You Right of Buffalo Soldier MC, along with Delicate Simon, a.k.a. of Diamond Clusters MC, and Ed Adams, a.k.a. Cowboy or Psychedelics Riders MC. The purpose of this conversation is to bring awareness to the unknown issues and situations of a domestic violence. So tune in as we recognize the whole month of October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
All right, y'all, we are back. We're going to talk about this thing real quick. We still getting some setup issues. Let me see. How do you go live on Instagram? Let me see. Shit, I don't forgot. Hold on. I'm on live. I'm right there. Are you set up for live? Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that because I do the shit all the time. Anyway, let me see. Hold on. Real quick. Oh, no, that ain't it. Let me see. I do it all the time. I'm live right now on Instagram. So what the fuck? Home. Oh, right here. There it is right here. Let me show you. Right here. Is that iPhone? Okay, right here. All right, so we on, man. We're gonna talk about this. I got some special guests. I'm gonna let them announce themselves. And don't mind my blue screen. My computer is acting like he want to be replaced, but I ain't fucking with him like that today or tomorrow. You know, so he gonna have to work and just come on board and get it together. But I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. We're gonna start around the room. Let me turn the mics on. Gonna start to my left, and then we're gonna go all the way around. Let's go, Miss Lady.
Hi, I'm Delicate, president of Diamond Clusters MC, Atlanta, Georgia.
Go ahead.
Hello, Wanda Harris, aka Show You Right, founder of Purple Hearts on Steel Against Domestic Violence, and a member of Buffalo Soldiers MC.
There it is. There.
Cowboy Ed, member of Psychedelic Riders.
Okay. So each one of these cats have a story to tell as far as their experience and what they've been through, how they came out of it. And we're going to get into it today. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell all three of y'all right now, please don't take this shit personal, but I don't believe in domestic violence. I just believe that that's how people love each other sometimes. I watched the whole Ike and Tina Turner thing, and I ain't seen nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm talking about? So we're going to have some fun.
By the end of the day, we're going to be fighting.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But to me, that ain't number love. You know what I'm talking about?
By the end of the day,
you sock me if see, this is what I'm saying. For me, if Queen slapped the shit out of me, that's why I know they did good. You understand me? So I'm just, you know what I'm saying? If you done made a motherfucker so bad when they got to choke your ass out, you know what I'm saying, to keep you, I mean, I'm just, you know. So we're going to have some fun with this thing today. We're going to talk about this thing. And to my partner over here, see, y'all don't really see. This nigga's 7 feet tall.
Okay.
With muscles everywhere.
Who
in that part right there? Who in the fuck would even try? Listen, my nigga, if Queen was to walk in right now, you socked her, I'd have to have a discussion about, well, what did you do? You understand me? You understand? Because I'm not just finna. You do see this nigga right here, right?
I see him.
So I'm just saying. So this is gonna be very interesting. And again, I don't mean no disrespect to nobody that's a survivor. We just gonna have some fun, man. But it's just, to me, it is still kind of crazy how in this 2020, you feel what I'm saying, with all the space and everything that other shit you have to do, that you would, take to this. Domestic violence. So it's going to be fun, man. We're talking about, like I said, on the bike set, but it's not just about the bike set. It's about the community on the whole and how we see things, and we're going to get into it like that. Because, see, right now, I think the world is domestic violence and against black folks right now. You understand me? I'm just, so we're going to, it is what it is. So we're going to get into this, man. And again, the phone lines are open, 424-242-2355. If you're in witness protection, you ain't got to say your name. You know what I'm talking about? If you still hiding and running from them, just, hey, Big Sil, I want to say, okay, we ain't going to ask you for your name. But you can call in, 424-242-2355. The phone line's open. So we're going to get into this thing. I'm going to start with my lady right here. Let's talk about your foundation, what started it, where it came from. Go ahead.
Okay, I started the foundation January of 2018. And the reason why I decided to start it was when Lisa Bell was killed. And I knew that was close to the bike set.
Okay.
I've been wanting to tell my story for years, but I just never did. I haven't been hard about it. But when she lost her life, I said, okay, this is the time to do it, because evidently it plays on the bike set. So that's when I started the foundation.
Which is called Purple Heart.
Purple Hearts on Steel Against Domestic Violence.
Okay.
We're all bikers except for one of my members. But we're all domestic violence survivors.
Okay.
And as you said, I have my close friend here.
You say except one of your members, they didn't survive?
No, she's just an advocate. She lost someone due to domestic violence.
Oh, okay, okay. No, except for one member, she done got it.
So I started the organization, and then we just took really pretty much all of 2018 to get everything together. And this year we was going to have our first annual ride and Purple Ball, but that didn't happen because of COVID. So next year we're going in full swing.
So my question would be to you: this group that you started, is it like a like some what we would see like an AA group where everybody comes together, and speak about this, or how does it
So what we actually do, we're going to actually do like different forums.
Okay.
So we're going to actually speak in different states. That's why I want people to come in to the organization that lives in other states, so we can go to other states and speak about domestic violence.
Okay.
So people, like, I'm telling you, the last 2 weeks I had 4 women reach out to me on this.
Because that would be my thing too, and I'm gonna ask Cowboy. That would be my thing, Cowboy. Like, do people really come forth and say and admit that this is what's going on, or?
Oh hell no.
No.
A lot of people
It's
would
a
be.
silent killer.
It's a silent killer.
Yes.
Silent killer.
A lot of people would be embarrassed to come forward.
Yeah.
Because anytime, a majority of the time that it's domestic, it's happening in home.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't want other people to know exactly what's going on in their home.
Right.
Well, for me, I'm just looking at, like, how do you not hit a motherfucker back that's hitting you? And then how do you not plot on this motherfucker to end all of this bullshit?
Okay, so and,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay,
and,
well,
and that was my situation.
Okay.
Because I had that happen,
Okay.
and I was to the point where I was like, I know if I hit her, I'm really gonna hurt her bad.
Yeah,
but I don't
you
want to
gonna
do
fuck
that.
something
And then because behind me not hitting her, it only intensified everything that was going on.
Okay.
Because she wasn't getting that reaction.
Because she
that
wasn't
wanted.
getting that reaction back.
Okay.
So, you know, I just feel like it's a lot of people out there that go through it.
And they're embarrassed.
And they just keep it to themselves. You just don't know. Because nobody knew. And I had already been going through it for roughly almost about a year. And nobody knew.
Wow.
At all.
Okay. So, I guess I'm gonna start with you, Delicate. I'm gonna start with you. Let me take this. How do you even get involved? How does it start, and how do you allow it? I mean, so is it love?
It's a mental.
Okay.
It's a mental. To me, I experienced it. I was married for 17 years, and within that time period, the legal when we were together, those 10 years, it was a controlling thing.
Okay.
It's mental control, and I want to say from my experience, when you get someone into your mental, I was missing something prior to. I didn't have the stand-up background, the uncles in the face saying, "Hey, this is what you don't do. This is what you don't allow in your life." So in order for me to overcome that, I had to find out why. Mm-hmm. Why did I allow this man to take me to where I had black eyes? He was going to jail on the weekend. I'm taking care of my boys, literally because he put his hands on me. And I allowed him to. I'm not no small chick, never been a small chick.
Yeah.
Didn't know my strengths internally until after I started developing and looking and reading and understanding. I can get away from this.
I mean, so what I'm saying is, because I'm trying to see. Okay, I come home. Queen asked me to be home at 1 o'clock. I get home at 2:45, and she slaps me.
Well,
So at this point,
it's not always like
hold
it.
on, let me put this picture together. So I'm trying. Okay, so I'm late. I got that. Some shit happened. But then she slaps me, and then I don't slap the shit out of her back. I'm just trying to figure out, you know.
Well, for you as a man, you may have been brought up, you don't put your hand on women, period.
Right.
Mm-hmm. See, all men are not like that. Men become coward as they grow. Right. If they don't have the guidance and the leadership, because I have 3 boys, and I let them know they've seen that. You've seen these things happen to your mother. You will not do that to another female.
Okay,
period.
but I don't think. See, this the game I play. Don't hit me, and I won't hit you. It don't have no male or female or kid. I'm talking about even to your little badass nephew that's gonna run over here and because you understand me.
See, I would say like right now, the laws have changed.
Okay.
And when it was going on with me, that was at least 18, 19 years ago.
Okay.
And it had been several times I've called the police.
Wow.
And when they showed up,
they looking at you.
They
sideways.
looking at me crazy and more like, well, Mr. Adams, is it anywhere that you could just go and calm down and
upside her head. I can go there.
Well, see, but the thing about it was, if I put my hands on her,
straight to jail.
they would take me to jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they wouldn't take her.
Okay.
And I have a son, and I had to have that talk with my son about how to deal with a woman the same way I've had to talk to him about how to deal with the police.
Now that's okay. All right, so You meet a guy. You're in a relationship. Because you don't. I guess they don't expose themselves right off.
They do.
Oh, they do.
Well,
They do, but you don't
mine
recognize
did.
it.
Yeah, mine
They
did.
do, but you don't recognize.
You don't
it.
recognize it.
Yours did.
He didn't.
He didn't. So how long into the relationship was it when he exposed himself?
About 2 months, maybe 3 months.
How long did y'all date before the 2 to 3 months before he exposed himself?
2 months.
So you dated 2 months, and then 2 months after.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this: was this before the sex or after the sex?
After.
So after the sex, then that's when you find out, oh, this motherfucker like this. Okay. So I can imagine it's scary as fuck. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, where do you go? Where did your mind go?
Because that's not the person that was brought in front of you that you decided you wanted to date. Like,
Yeah.
all that stuff is hidden.
It
Then once you're in
represents
it, then little stuff starts going off where, you just want to shove me or smack me in my face. Do dumb stuff like that. Get real angry.
I mean, like, as long as we having sex, a little choking and slapping, I'm good with that. But anything other than that, you ain't slick.
But it's only okay when you ain't got clothes on. When you got clothes on, it's
Yeah.
domestic violence.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
That's my dog. That's my. Hold on.
Select luxury car.
So, again, this shit is serious.
It really is.
So you brought up Lisa Bell.
I did.
Okay. Was she a victim of that, of domestic violence, or was that just a incident of, or do we even know?
I personally really don't know.
Okay.
I think her girlfriend is going to actually call in today, and she's going to tell her.
But don't call it angry girlfriend, because let me tell y'all something.
Where you at, twins? Come on, we need you to.
Because
we
this
need
is
you
my
to
thing.
call
Let me
in.
tell you something. Because when that thing happened, and it's just me now, don't take it personal, but I know Twan. Okay, and Twan was a good dude to me. I never saw anything, have experienced anything. I mean, as far as if I called him and I needed help, he was there. So I felt when it happened, I didn't take his side or her side. I was just saying, hey, I know him more than I know her. So for me, that's what it. Hold on. Are you? You trying to be on the show, babe?
I am.
Hold on. All right. You can't hear who or who?
Show you right.
You can't hear neither one of them? Oh, so Delicate, you can't hear Delicate?
Hello?
No, Delicate is calling in and she called and she need to come closer to the mic. I turned her mic up.
Okay, she need to come closer to the mic.
Yeah.
Her mic is
Okay.
on, yeah.
All right.
Well, no, just bring it to you. Just grab it and bring it to you. Matter of fact, that's why, because you're not talking straight into it. There you go.
You hear me now, Queen?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm listening on the show and talking on the phone.
Thank you, Queen.
All right, well, we got all the levels going, so they are working. But, so anyway, when thank you, baby. All right. So when the incident happened, like I said, I know Twan. I didn't know Lisa. So I was like, wow. To me, whatever happened, that was it because the shit can happen. Y'all can,
Right.
That same story could be me and that one right there, because it's been, one more, I'm go sit your head down.
I think with that whole situation, we all didn't know. We didn't know why.
Yeah.
But then I guess we all assumed that something led up to that, and that wasn't the first time.
Yeah. But that's what triggered you to say, hey, I got to get out here and put this thing down.
Because she was the sweetest person, and for her to be done that way with the kids in the house, it just broke my heart,
Cowboy, for you, when how long was it? Did she show signs of that before, or it was after?
She showed signs after the sex.
After the sex?
Yeah.
See, that's what I got a trick for that. I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you a little game for that. This is what I do to make sure, because women are crazy. So what I do, what I used to do before I was married. Now I'm married now, but before, what I used to do is I used to get a glow-in-the-dark marker, and I tell them to mark off how much dick they want to keep them from going crazy. That way, I won't go further than the line. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not dealing with you.
That's this shit. Listen, this is the crazy. Don't go past just mark it off where you don't go crazy at, and I'll stop. And it just worked for me. But so after that is when she started flipping out.
Yes, and a lot of people think that you just wake up one day and a person put their hands on you,
Okay.
and that's not how it plays out. It usually starts out with the arguing, and then it escalates from arguing to calling you out of your name, and from there to shoving you and slapping you, and then after the slap, it's full on war after that.
Yeah.
Like in the relationship I was in, the night that I decided that I was leaving, she threw a candle holder at me and hit me in the eye. And I came within less than a 16th of an inch of losing my eyesight.
Wow.
And that's when I realized then that I have to leave, because after, I even lied when I went to the emergency room because they asked what happened.
Yeah.
And I told them I was outside walking my dog, playing in the yard, and fell and hit my head on something.
Okay.
But when I came back from the hospital, she was in one room, I went in the other room, and all I could think about that night was how could I kill her and not go to prison behind it.
I mean, was she sitting in the room like the Exorcist doll, like?
No, she locked herself. She locked herself in the room.
Okay,
And
so she was scared.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she asked the fuck.
She should be. She should have been.
Yeah. So for you, Delicate, you said he didn't show signs right off, right? Or
No,
he did.
He did.
He did.
But I didn't recognize him.
Okay, so what signs did he show that you didn't recognize?
His aggressiveness.
Bitch, shut up.
His aggressiveness.
Okay.
His aggressiveness. And my dad.
Mic to the mic up.
My dad passed away when he was 13. When I was 13 years old.
Okay.
So I didn't have. I know if my dad was still alive, he would have never entered my life.
Okay.
I don't regret it because I have 3 beautiful kids from it. But during that time, they was exposed to that unnecessary nonsense, is what I call it.
So let me ask you this. All
Yes.
bullshit aside.
Mm-hmm.
The first time he hit you.
I had all 3 of my kids already.
Okay, so you had already been fucking.
Yes.
That's done. All that's done. So he hits you, and what do you say, or what do you think?
I cried. Tell me what I said.
Yeah.
I cried.
Yeah.
I cried and went in the room, laid in the bed.
And that was it.
That was it.
No other thoughts. No kill. I'm gonna kill this dude. This is crazy.
Mm-mm.
So I wonder, does that give them power when they do that?
It does.
It does.
Because then
It does.
then becomes the mental part. Yeah. Once it get into your head, my ex-husband used to tell me, "Oh, ain't nobody out there want you.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna take you.
So they
You can't achieve nothing without me."
So it's a physical and mental combination together.
Correct. Yes.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's a mind
so they
game.
can't do one without the other. They gotta have both. Yeah.
You got to have both.
Gotta have both.
Because once you
gotta have
start, once
full
a person
control.
realize that, oh, this person really may need me, or you can't function without me, then the combination starts. So you already done hit me.
Yeah.
You're saying your mama, auntie, whoever ain't coming to save you. You ain't gonna tell nobody because you're embarrassed. You're not gonna tell your cousins unless you got some gangster folks that'll kill somebody, and you already love this person, so you don't want nothing to happen to that person.
So even though you hurt me, I still don't want nothing hurt to come to you.
It's a whole. My
Wow.
view, it was a whole. I had a whole family.
Yeah.
My 3 boys
Yeah.
that I needed to take care of, and I had my husband. I was embarrassed.
Yeah.
I didn't want to tell my mother. I didn't want to tell my sisters. I put makeup on.
Yeah.
Went to church like nothing ain't happened. Nobody knew until I finally opened.
How
my
long
mouth.
did you hide it?
Probably about 5 years.
How long did you hide? Did you hide yours?
I hid mine from my family 2 years. It was until he snapped my knee in half. That right there was enough for me to go. But
The nigga snapped your knee in half.
yeah, I got screws in my left knee. Yeah.
Cowboy, how long did you hide yours?
About a year.
You had it about a year.
Yeah.
It's
So what can
for
she
30
tell?
days.
So what can she tell you? What can she tell? What can a woman that almost takes my eye out? What can she tell me?
As in aspects of,
I mean, for her to stay, for y'all to stay, for you to stay, for her to.
well, that was the actual breaking point for me. But the way I looked at it was, I felt like every other week, I'm getting my ass kicked around the house.
Yeah.
But the days that we were not arguing, the days that we were not fighting, were
good
great
days.
days.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were out having dinner at the park, just kicking it. So then you have to start weighing, okay, I've had 13 good days and 1 bad day. So that 1 bad day did not outweigh all of the good days
Amen.
that you're having until you come close to.
So is the baby? I'm sorry. You know, I'm just tripping. I love you. Is that all the shit that?
Yeah, it wasn't so much. Most of the time, you don't get that apology.
Oh, you don't.
What you really get is.
So they just bossing up. They
Well,
not.
I got mine.
And then they turn right around
It
the
did the
next
same
day.
thing.
Yeah.
So then
and
after
do
a
it
while,
again.
it became repetitive. So it really didn't mean anything. You could apologize all day long. The first couple of times, yes, get some flowers,
Tears,
yes, I love you.
Yeah.
It won't happen again. I promise.
And I didn't get
made.
flowers. I got hot wings.
Hot wings.
You know what? See,
Extra lemon pepper, 20 piece.
I got hot wings.
Yeah, 20 piece extra lemon pepper, please. Let me get that. You know, immediately. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mental, physical. It's a pimp game. It's almost like a
It's control. As long as they have control.
Yes, the control is. I would have to say is probably at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Wow.
But what I didn't deal with is everybody. Some people would always say, you know, you get into relationships like that because of the way that you're brought up. Now, I watched my mom and dad go through it on a serious level.
Yeah.
I watched one of my mom's cousins go through it with his wife, and then when he left her, the next person he was dating, she shot him in the head and killed him in his sleep because he was beating on her.
Wow.
And watching my mom and dad go through it, all I kept thinking was, growing up, I don't ever want to be a part of that.
So you grew up in an abusive household.
I grew up in an abusive neighborhood. I grew up in the country.
Yeah.
So for a man to put his hands on his wife, that was nothing.
Yeah.
I watched
Mind your business.
3 guys, 3 men in my neighborhood, when they used to beat their wife ass, like the ambulance used to have to come scoop them up.
Wow.
And they didn't go to jail behind it. But then on the other hand, it was always customary that if a man had either said something that made a woman feel a certain kind of way, it was okay for that woman to slap him in the face.
Oh, really?
You know, I mean, you
I'm
serious.
I'm trying to figure out what could I say that would make it all right.
Okay.
Well, I didn't say it makes it all right. I'm just saying that was the norm. If you look at the movies,
yeah,
and if a woman was walking by a man and he, you know,
cat
whistled or something,
yeah.
she turned around and slapped him in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's often been said, if you don't want a man to put his hands on you, don't touch a man.
Mm-hmm.
But with the way things are today, and this is why I had to talk to my son, is you can pull up hundreds of videos of younger girls. They don't care nothing about having to fight a dude. Right. They would jump on the dude in a heartbeat.
But see, that's the see. Let me say this. We're gonna go to commercial break and come right back. Understand this. I don't know if my father or mother brought me up not to hit women. They brought me up to respect and to love and honor and cherish the woman. But I think I was brought up more on, hey, I'm gonna keep my hands to myself, and you're gonna do the same.
Right.
Anything other than that will exact. You know what I'm saying? Some, you know. No, I'm just period. Like I said, even with little kids, that shit ain't cute to me, at all. It ain't cute for you to think oh, okay, yeah, pink. You know what I'm saying? Go sit your little ass down.
And Phil, you asked the question the other day about women putting their hands on men.
Yeah.
And my reaction to that, if you want to act like a man and put your hands on a man, the only thing.
So y'all keep saying a woman acting a woman.
But you know when
it ain't no. To me, the biggest mistake everybody's making is you're making it a woman versus a man. If you put your hands on me, that's you. It ain't no woman. It ain't no man. It ain't.
So if you're bold enough, brave enough to
whoever
put your
you are
hands
on anybody, not don't say a man.
But that's the question you asked me.
I understand that, but I'm saying I think what I'm saying is I think that's the part that gets confused is because you said if you're bold enough to put your hand on a man, no. If you're bold enough to put your hands on anybody,
right.
Expect
for the reaction.
That's what I'm saying. See, because
you have to think about the part that you're in a relationship. So that's the functional part of what she's trying to say. If you're in a relationship with someone, because you're not in a relationship with a stranger, you hit a stranger. Yes, you should expect that.
Well, that's who the fuck you gonna be when you put your hands on me. It's a stranger. Because if you in a relationship, then you fuck with me, and you know I fuck, and we, you know what?
Push.
Okay.
So, but you still have to look at it a little different. What she's saying, what from my understanding, what she's saying is that because you're in a relationship with someone, you have to be able to respect them, as you say. And if I hit you, It ain't necessary you got to hit me back.
All right, we're going to go to commercial break, man. And you said me. Hey, right here, man. FHO Podcast Radio, man.
FHO Podcast Radio and Purple Hearts on Steel Against Domestic Violence presents a live in-studio discussion about the abuse of women and men on the bike set and in our community. Live, Saturday, October 17th at 10 a.m. GA time, 7 a.m. West Coast time. Hosted by Wanda Harris, a.k.a. Show You Right of Buffalo Soldier MC, along with Delicate Simon, a.k.a. of Diamond Clusters MC, and Ed Adams, a.k.a. Cowboy or Psychedelics Riders MC. The purpose of this conversation is to bring awareness to the unknown issues and situations of a domestic violence. So tune in as we recognize the whole month of October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Say, man, real quick, my man from Montana Cigars is still doing this thing, man. He's open. They social distancing. They doing some good smoking and some other good stuff. 678-498-7611. Here's his commercial. I was trying to call him and get him in to find out what is this month's special.
Montana Cigar Company sells premium cigars and accessories. Located in Union City, Georgia at 4641 Flat Shoals Road, Suite C, Union City, Georgia 30291. Montana Cigar Company offers a smooth, laid-back, serene, mature adult environment for cigar aficionados. Discounts for all the first responders, military, teachers, and nurses. Come enjoy your favorite games and boxing matches on our big screen TVs. We also have a poker table where you can come and try your luck. Select Luxury Cars, proud sponsor of the FHO Podcast Live Show, the most diverse luxury vehicle selection in the greater Atlanta area, the highest quality customer service, and unmatched nationwide pricing. Contact Mike Goodall at 678-855-2292 to schedule your appointment today. Select Luxury Cars, trusted family dealer since 1994.
God damn. It's Big Cell. What that mouth do besides tell the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
Hey, cocksucker. Yeah, you. Knock it off. Sit your ass down.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
You think we playing?
And I ain't playing, no.
You better listen up.
It's the FHO Live Podcast, where the truth will be told. We promise you that.
All right, we back on, man. If you're just now tuning in, we're talking about domestic violence on the bike set, in your home, in the community. And we're talking about how it all starts, where it comes from, how do you fall for it, how do you go for it, and we're going to get into later on is how do you walk away from it and how do you successfully just get better with, not dealing with that type of stuff. So you guys heard from my girl Delicate, you heard from my man Cowboy, you heard from my Miss Lady over here, and I want to say this, man, and again, I'm making lighthearted of it because that's just me, because it's really, I'm just, for me, I deal with things of that nature in the way that I'm dealing with it now. So it's just because I don't even want to even imagine that this is happening to nobody around me, because this shit is, we got issues. I got issues, and I don't play right. So I don't, what I'm saying? I don't, so for me, it just is what it is. But Cowboy, for a man, how does a man get tricked into something like this?
Because you feel if she does something, like if she slap you, then it doesn't hurt.
Okay.
It's not like you having to go up against a dude. It ain't like she, gave you that haymaker, that one hit a quitter. So, and after a while, you're just in an environment. And the more you don't retaliate, a majority of the time, the worse off it gets. Because, see, I know in my mind, I did martial arts for 9 years. 2 of those years, I competed for a contact. So I know if I put my hands on her, I am going to hurt you.
Do you think that women sometimes do that for that reaction, for you to kick their ass or for you to chop out, and then that'll stop them from doing it?
I think the only way that you get away with that is if you retaliate the very first time it happens.
And then if she do it again, then
she will probably think twice.
Yeah.
The second, if there was a second time, she'd think twice before she did it.
But then the issue you got is that one time you could be going to jail for,
You could be.
Yeah.
You could be because, nobody knew what was going on in my life at that time. Nobody.
They're not gonna believe it. I can see you right now. Hey, Sil, man, listen, man. I just need a friend to talk to. What's going on? Man, she over here kicking my boy. You don't get the fuck off my phone with this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You don't get the fuck off, cowboy. You don't get. Hey, man, what you want to talk about for real? You know what I'm saying? But I'm just so because the hits don't hurt, and because, like you said, the 13 good days outweigh the one bad day. You kind of just
get into a rhythm. You're in an environment. And within that environment, you begin to adapt to that one day. And usually, when that one day is going to be. It may be one day you walk in and you be like, shit, they got that look in their eye. Here we go. And when I tell you, it goes from 0 to 100 in no time.
It just comes out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. You're subject to be walking down the hall, and then it's on, just like that. You might have your back turned and y'all are arguing and you leave to walk out of a room and the next thing you know you're being hit back in the head.
See, that's why I lost my deposit on my lab when I was living in an apartment. That's how I lost my deposit. Because when I moved out, there was too many head imprints in the goddamn wall. I'm just, I left them there for a reminder. You know what I'm saying? For the kids and for that I understand. That we ain't gonna cover that up, not never, because I want you to every time you walk past that motherfucker, I want you to see, how big it's gonna be the next time. You know what I'm saying? If we get that bad. But so for you, you had multiple domestic violence situations, right?
I'm a 3-time survivor.
How do you get into 3 different relations? So let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. So you must go out and say, hey, do you hear women? Come on, let's fall in love.
The very first time I was only 19.
Okay.
First real main boyfriend, actually married him. Didn't see it coming, happened multiple occasions. I was pregnant with my daughter, and I caught him cheating, and he slammed me up against the door, stomach first.
Okay.
And I left. I left soon after that. The second one wasn't, it didn't happen that frequently, but this last one,
yeah, you said
that was the one. That he put me through so much stuff.
Did he know that you prior had this? He didn't.
Because I didn't like to talk about it.
Because I'm thinking maybe he might have knew him and just took advantage of the situation type shit.
No, he was just, later on I found out that his dad was abusive to his mom. He also was an alcoholic.
I'm not going for the excuses, the hereditary shit.
And it shouldn't be an excuse, but that's what he saw coming up. I wasn't raised like that. I didn't know anything about men putting their hands on women or anything like that. That wasn't in my family. But when I went through it, I went through it pretty much by myself.
Yeah. So this shit just make you just crawl up into a ball and just hide out.
Definitely.
I lied after my knee got snapped. I lied to my parents about what happened. I told them I fell in the shower. When I went, I did. And when I went to the ER, of course, he went with me.
What?
Wait a minute. Took me to the ER. I'm gonna tell you. I'm just gonna keep this. Keep it going. I'm gonna tell you about that night. That night.
What did you do, or what do you think that you done that was justifiable?
I'm about to tell you. I'm gonna get into this one. Okay. So, we were actually coming back from my niece. My niece passed away. My niece was 6 days old. We was coming back from her funeral, and he was drinking all day. So we took that hour ride back, and he was just kept talking crazy, and I'm like,
So at this point, you don't say hit the release button, the parachute.
Get to the house. He wanted to have sex. I wasn't trying to have sex. And then it got to the thing where he started trying to force me to have sex. And I kept pushing him off of him. The next thing I know, we fighting. I think we fought for like 2 hours. And then he tried to body slam me on the floor. And I tried to brace myself from falling, and his whole weight went on my knee. Snapped my knee. I just laid in the bed, went to sleep. I went to sleep because we was tired. We fighting for like 2 hours.
The fuck you mean? You tired?
Wait a minute. So we got up in the morning to go to the bathroom. I fell straight on my face because my knee was about the size of a daggone watermelon. And he carried me down 4 flights of steps to the car, to the ER. And I got to the ER. I told the doctor what happened. I told the doctor, I fell in the shower. They let him stay in the, in the waiting room. When I got in the back, I said, call Montgomery County Police because he did this to me.
Wow.
And it was then like, after that was done. I mean,
so when you finally make that call, you gotta say yes. I mean, you gotta,
and I did.
You gotta feel some. You know what I'm saying? You gotta feel some type like.
Only when you get some resolve.
Right.
Okay.
Only when you get resolve, because, like I said, I called the police twice.
Yeah.
And both times when they came out, they were like, "Well, Mr. Adams, I understand, what you're saying, but she just don't strike me to be that type of person." And I had to tell them,
well,
I'm
she strikes me, nigga.
Do you
Fuck
see the
what she
scratches?
look like? Yeah,
exactly. I'm
yeah.
like, do you see the scratches? Do you see the bite mark? Well, is it anywhere that you could just go and y'all could just calm down for a minute? And that was their resolve with it. So I didn't feel like I had
really no help,
any
no
justice,
real,
no nothing.
I mean, because you gotta understand this, bro. Again, I'll come out to your house and you telling me, this nigga right here telling me, that nigga right there telling me, this nigga telling me, yeah, man, little mama over here. I guess. So, where are we now with the domestic violence? Is it that serious now? If you make a phone call now, do they play with it now, or is it automatic?
No, both. But right now, both parties will go to jail if you don't look out. Yeah, if they can just show up, and if there are signs of domestic violence in the house, which means like somebody done slammed the glass up against the wall, or dumped out a pot of soup on the floor, somebody going to jail.
Depends on what county you in.
Right now.
Depends on what county you in too. Domestic violence, especially Gwinnett County.
And
So what about the cab county? They don't do shit at the cab guy.
Well, that's where I was at.
I don't know.
The cab.
I think all the authorities has gotten a lot
stricter
now.
on it.
Yeah, but I know when I was going through it,
they didn't.
Maryland was terrible, especially Prince George's County.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, this fool drug me down the steps one night, pulled my hair out my head, drug me down the damn sidewalk, glass all in the side, I'm bleeding. Do you know 2 PG County officers walked up on us? He on top of me, smearing blood in my face. Do you know they did not take him to jail? They told me I would have to go to the magistrate's office to press charges. When y'all see this man on top of me, beat my ass.
When did you get the strength to say, "Fuck you, I'm done with this"?
My son was 6 years old, and I was working. He quit his job, and my son was sick. The school was literally 0.5 miles from the house. He called me up, and he said, "You need to come get your son from the school. He has a fever." I'm working in Beaufort, Georgia, 20 minutes away.
He at the house.
Said he at the house. Took him upstairs.
Y'all son.
Yeah.
This ain't stepdaddy.
This ain't stepdaddy.
Okay.
I left my job because the school called me twice. I finally left, went and got him, brought him home, put him in the bed with his daddy, gave him his medicine, said, "I'm going back to work." No,
No what? You didn't go to work?
he wasn't allowing it. "You need to be here with your son. You home. I need to go back to work. You're not working." "I am." Therefore, he had told me, "If you leave here, there's going to be some problems." That was day one. When I finally got to the point where I'm not taking this no more. Day two, that same day, later on that day, he was like, "Well, I'm going to be here. You need to be here with your son. Make sure he's taken care of." I said, "Okay." I snuck out of the house, went back to work. Came home late on that evening because I stayed later because I left. I ran the red light trying to get home. Police officer pulled in the yard behind me and gave me the ticket. He opened the garage, said, "What's going on?" And that night he had planned to kill me. He had a blade underneath the pillow. He fell asleep. He woke up the next morning and told me, "You lucky I fell asleep." He pillar, and there was a blade and the Bible underneath his head. We got into a fight that morning. He hit me in my mouth. I went to the side of the bed where the phone is, took the phone off, dialed 911. Because he already hit me and told me I couldn't breathe. Took the phone off the hood. At that time, in the time, you dial 911, when they counter coming out, they coming to see about you. And that's what they did.
And that's what saved you.
And that's what saved me.
That's what saved you, and that was it.
That was it. He got locked up while he was in Gwinnett County. Guess who got a divorce?
Okay. But so what was it? What was your final straw?
Was when I realized that after I had gotten hit with the counter holder, that I was laying in bed contemplating murder. That was it. And I was like, if I stay here, one of us gonna die. It's either gonna be me or her. And before I let it be me at this point, I would just rather leave. And that was it. But
I'm glad you stayed, because I would have never got a chance to meet you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm just, that's a good thing, because he's a good dude. So,
so a lot of times I think that it really plays a lot on your mental, on your psyche, because I had always gotten a question like, well, damn, man, she put her hands on you while you didn't leave. It's not like you don't want to leave, and most of the time it's not like you don't leave, but you always come back. You will.
Is it a comfortable thing because you're comfortable in the situation, or you're comfortable with the dick or the pussy or the sex? Or
I think
it's just like any other relationship. You put time and effort into something, and you don't want to start over. That's the way I look at it now. You stayed in that because you became comfortable. You were in a relationship with someone.
Speaking of the mic, baby.
You were in a relationship with someone, and you just didn't feel like starting over all over again. And like he said, it was good days, bad days. I was married to him legally for 17 years. And then I finally got tired. Had black eyes, crying, didn't go to church. Then when I went to my mama's house, she's like, what's wrong? My mama carried a 45. And when I told her, she wanted to use it. But I love this man.
Yeah.
It became a mental thing. It wasn't that I was not about to allow somebody else to hurt him. Even when he went to jail, he was finna do 10 years in jail. At that time in Gwinnett County, you could send a letter, write a letter to the district attorney and say, please don't press charges or ask for a reduced sentence. I had 3 boys. I didn't want my boys being raised without their dad. It's still their dad, regardless of what. That's just how I felt. And I sent the letter. He got probation. He got 10 years probation instead of 10 years in jail. And then that following years when they changed the laws, the state takes over everything, regardless of what. If I drop the charges, they're not doing that no more. And that was in 2003.
So let's get to this. How do you recognize an abuser? Can you recognize an abuser?
The signs are there if you know what you're
if
looking
you know
for.
what to look for.
Yeah.
If you don't know what to look for,
Look for.
it's like stepping in quicksand.
They show it to you. They show you up front.
Yeah. The more you try to get out, the deeper sometimes you sink. And until you get your mind right, you'll just be stuck in that perpetual motion.
And representative ain't no joke.
Right.
Because they show you a representative first.
Yep.
Just like on a dating scene. They show you a representative, and then they show you the real side down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so abusers, I'm saying, like,
The same way.
it's the same way?
Yeah.
Oh, he's still putting his hands on women to this day. Like that's just his motto. He's still drinking and putting his hands on women.
So, okay, because you say yours, it started from drinking. So whenever he wasn't drinking, he wasn't violent.
Mm-mm. Not at all.
Was yours drink?
She didn't drink.
What about your husband? No?
He just ran the streets all the time.
And seeing from mine, it was more of a control thing.
Okay.
If she wasn't in control of where I'm going, who I'm hanging out with, who's calling you on the phone, you need to be at home at a certain time. If she wasn't in control of that, then it was a problem. Here I am.
That was her trigger.
Yes. If I came in 30 minutes late, I already knew. Oh, it's going to be a fight today. I know what's going down.
Wow. I mean, so where do we go? So what do we need to tell the people? Where are we at? What do we do? What's going on? What do we do?
You see something, say something.
Say something, yes, most definitely. Don't try to, women and men who are going through it, don't be ashamed to tell somebody. Let somebody know what's going on. You have to let somebody know. I mean, yes, it's embarrassing. You know, we feel that it's personal. We don't want anybody to know our business. But honey, if I knew what I know now back then, I probably would have been gone. But just tell, if something happens, you seeing some signs, tell somebody. Get out of it as soon as you can. And please do not judge people who do stay, because you never know why those people stayed. But we do. But just don't judge them like you're stupid for staying.
If Queen wants to abuse me, I'll stay, but it's gonna cost. I need to leave.
You know what says.
I'm just saying.
If you don't,
I could, for the right amount of money, we could work it out.
Queen,
you know
your husband is crazy.
I'm just saying, for the right amount of money, we could work it out. Callers, let's call in. 424-242-2355 is the number to call. Let's ask some questions. 424-242-2355. See if we can get some call-ins on the subject. Listen, man, we're talking about domestic violence. We're talking about the psyche. We're talking about women abusing men abusing women. We're talking about, you got 3 people here that lived through it and gave you some horrific descriptions and accounts of what they lived through. And first off, I want to tell each and every one of you guys, I applaud you. I never knew that with you. Never knew. Especially never knew it with you. Never knew of a cowboy. So you guys are, it kind of makes you, not a sympathetic thing,
Right,
but it's like,
right.
like to see where you guys are now, it's like, what the
And you
fuck?
can understand.
Now I can,
the attitude.
I got
the
you now.
demeanor.
So now when they say, man, Delican ain't fucking nobody, yeah, I can kind of understand. Why she ain't lesbian. She just say,
Just don't deal with it. She's
It
unapproachable.
makes us more leery and more mindful of who we get into a relationship with. Like, now we don't have time for the bullshit at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Zero.
We just no tolerance, just zero tolerance.
So now if you date somebody and the first time the nigga say, where the fuck you been? Hey, you know what? I tell you what.
Yep, you can go.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Yeah.
been real.
Off the rip.
Yeah.
For you, it's the same thing.
Pretty much.
So how did that affect your dating going forward?
After I left that relationship, I didn't date for at least 6-7 months.
Wow.
At least that.
Yeah.
Because I had to get myself back mentally.
Because it make you think that your shit ain't right, huh?
I knew my shit was right.
Yeah.
My shit was right.
Yeah.
It wasn't that.
I'm saying
It's
like
just
your
that I
life,
had-
like your, do it make you think like your life is not
No,
right?
the day that I left.
Yeah.
The very next day, when I literally moved all my shit out, the very next day I woke up, it literally felt like I had a weight lifted off my shoulder.
Okay.
I mean, like literally, I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, it ain't gonna be no argument today. It ain't finna be no fight.
Wow.
And I was like, shh. I mean, and then and that's when I started getting myself back together after that.
Yeah.
And then I never looked back. Once I made that clean break, that was a wrap on that.
So now going forward with you with a female, the first is that a telltale, like the first time she showed you that you're done with it?
It'd be the first time somebody yell at you, cuss at you, call you out of your name, or run up on you and yelling at the same time. That's done.
Yeah.
Because all that is a precursor to everything else. To everything else after that.
So I need to, Queen, I apologize, Queen, for yelling and, hitting you, you know what I'm saying, and abusing you the way that I do. I really don't mean it.
I'm not dealing with you.
Yeah, we're
I'm
not
just
dealing
saying,
with him.
I'm just
Not at all.
But I'm gonna tell you this real fast. I remember one night, New Year's Eve. Now, mind you, he never went to jail.
Your dude never went to jail.
Never went to jail.
After he broke your knee.
Never went to jail.
After the knee, in the hospital.
PG County. See, that's so funny. She say that. That's where my baby daddy from.
PG County.
Washington D.C.
Maryland really didn't change their domestic violence laws until after a lady got some acid thrown in her face at her cell phone store. That's when they started
paying attention.
Yeah, paying attention and making the laws a little stricter. But I'm gonna tell you this real fast. So one night, New Year's Eve, we was we was at a party. Of course, he drinking and carrying on, and
So you with him after the knee?
no, this before.
Oh, good girl again.
This is before. No, honey, no. So we at the party, and my play brother was there and everything, and we chilling, and then we left because he started acting like ass.
Hold on. See, See, that's the bullshit right there. Hold on. Let me show you where the bullshit at.
Okay.
The play brother shit.
Oh no, he was.
Don't come in my house with no play brother shit.
Well,
y'all fucking.
That my play brother saved me. Trust me.
Yeah. Okay.
So when so anyway, we fighting. So I'm driving. This fool was actually stealing me in my face. Nose bleeding, mouth bleeding. We going down Suitland Parkway. So I pulled over at this video store. Well, here come the park police. Is there a problem? Of course he's coming.
No, nigga, I'm just sitting here bleeding and
so
shit.
I'm
and
bleeding.
just,
I'm bleeding, right? I said, yeah. I said, my husband, hit me in my face. So then he wants to go around to his side, ask him what was going on. Why are you asking him what's going on, right?
That's how they used to do.
So he kept calling me a bitch.
Yeah.
We outside the car now. He kept calling me a bitch. I said, you got one more time, call me a bitch. And he called me a bitch. And I stole him in his damn face.
Right there in front of the police.
And the next damn thing I know, I was clink on the back of the damn police car. And they took my ass to jail. But you come up to me and I'm already, my face bleeding. You think I sit here and beat myself in the face when I was driving? But yeah, it took me to jail.
Listen, y'all, domestic violence. So now, I got a question for you. How do you deal with somebody that you deal with and you know that they're an abuser? They're not dealing with you in your relationship, but your homegirl. How do you help your friend that you know her husband or boyfriend is a domestic abuser? Is that your business? I mean, let's start. Let's get into that.
I would say
Get to the mic. They need to hit it. It's on.
I would say yes. Because if
it's your business.
Yes, it's my business if she's my friend.
Okay.
If she's my friend and she has confidence enough in me to talk to me and say, hey.
Well, no, she ain't got it.
But you know
what I'm saying. You know it because you done been through it. So now this bitch getting beat up.
I asked her, are you okay?
Yeah. So, and if she says yes, you got to leave it alone?
No.
Okay.
Because once you start seeing different signs, like, for instance, you be missing for a couple of days. Why? Because part of your body's probably healing.
Okay.
Or, girl, I haven't seen you in a minute. Are you okay? And this is a conversation that you have. Is he bothering you? If that's your friend. Because they'll eventually tell you, or they'll give you a sign, I can't talk about it. Hush, hush on the telephone. Different signs come across.
So what do you do? When you see the sign, she hasn't all the way told you, come out and say, hey, I need help. What do you do?
Well, we do a domestic violence ride every year to support anybody. There are a bunch of shelters available.
So you kind of just drop hints after hints
Yeah.
because there's really nothing you really
You can't do it. You can't. It's really nothing you can do because it's up to them to finally make that decision and finally make that breakthrough.
Because they will go back.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
They will go back.
They definitely will.
Yeah.
Because they haven't gotten out of it yet. Right. When you finally get fed up, just like in any relationship, when you finally get fed up to leave, you're gonna go.
Cowboy, for you as a man, you know somebody, one of your partners that you know.
I'm gonna put that heat to him.
You gonna put that heat to him?
Yeah. Any woman that knows me, all the female friends that I have, my relatives, close friends, they know, and I've explained that. If you don't want him to get that heat put to him, you better hide it from me. I mean, because I'm at that point. I got a daughter. I got a sister. I got nieces. So, it's you just start to get in one of those situations where you have to ask a person, is this really what you want? Because now if you want to leave, you're more than welcome. You can come and stay over here, but I'm letting you know. If he show up over here knocking on the door where she at, we're gonna let this work out after the homicide.
Let the chips fall as they may.
Exactly.
Call and state your name, where you calling from.
Hey man, it's Brian, North Carolina, man.
What you got?
I got a question, man. First of all, you got two people who've been through it on the show. I wish you had a nigga that did the shit on the show, because I would like to ask him, how can you I'm talking from a man's point of view, how can you put your hands on a woman and get mad if I bust your mom in the mouth? You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing, bro. I can't have a nigga on the show like that because I don't knowingly fuck with a nigga like that.
You right, man. I didn't think about that, man.
My thing is this, Brian. This my thing. Hands down, this is my thing. we always, because I was brought up on mind your business, mind your business, mind your business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I was also brought up, you are who you hang around. You understand what I'm saying? So if I know that this nigga's a slime ball to his wife and whatever else, and this is and I'm calling him my partner, then I got some slime ballish ways about myself.
Birds of a feather.
You understand what I'm saying?
Birds of a
so
feather.
that's why I'm asking Cowboy, like, we talking about the bike set. We on the bike set, and you know that this dude has done this or does this or whatever. Do you approach him and say, "Hey, bro, you need to knock this shit off"?
I'll approach.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because like I said, I got a sister.
Yeah.
Mom, nieces.
I got arrested for trying to break up a woman and a man fighting. Because when the police got there, she took his side and shit.
But you
said that. I bust him in the mouth.
We'll do that.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I bust him in the mouth, and then she slipped and fell. That's how she was bleeding.
Wow. So Brian, for you, so let me ask you this. Brian. So now when you see, cause see, maybe that's what it is. So maybe like you said, once like I can imagine Brian now, and I'm asking you this: if you see that situation now, what do? Just drive by or walk past? Fuck it, ain't my business.
Man, I walk away, man. It hurt me to do that, but I just don't want to be in that situation, again,
Cause you say you got arrested. She still went right back with it, and then they called you a liar.
Yep, and they took me out in the house and handcuffs and shit, man.
Yeah,
sure did.
And I think
my brother's a cop. He said that's the worst call he'd go on, man.
It's the violence call. Yeah.
People don't want to get
because he get there and they both turn on him,
They will do.
They could turn on you.
Yeah.
Especially when you try to lock one of them up and the other one don't want them. So I just want to say that, man. This is a good topic, too.
That's what you do.
Well, I appreciate it, B. Appreciate you calling in, folks.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, so I just cyber day throw it my thigh. I'm trying to figure this shit out, man. I can't hear
From Cameo. To accept, press 1.
Say, man, state your name, where you calling from. You couldn't hear him?
Cameo. What's up?
What it do, Cameezy? What's up, baby? What you got,
What's
Cameo?
up, bro? Hey, man, listen. Your guest there, I'm just catching this on the tail end. Your guest there, the brother, those intentions are justified and how he said he would handle things. But I'm going to tell you from my experience, 30-something years of in law enforcement, I'm telling you right now, these women, your mother, whoever it might be, when you step out there and you defend them and your ass wind up going to jail, trust and believe, when you in that jail cell, they calling that same motherfucker that beat their ass and they get back with them.
There it is.
Right.
I'm telling you, as the sun comes up, as the sun comes up every day, they are going back to that same, and your ass gonna be in jail.
So,
man.
So Cameo, real quick. So again, how do we deal with this? How do I?
You deal with it. You deal with it very simply. You deal with it by talking to your mother, your sister, whatever, and telling them to get a restraining order to get the police involved. When they don't want to do that, when they do not want to get the police involved or stuff like that, then that's when you have to take a hands-off approach because they don't want nothing to happen to them. And if you step out there, and your ass wind up getting locked up, now you lost your job, and now you can't pay your bills, they going back to that same motherfucker.
Now I hear what you're saying.
They going back to the same motherfucker.
I hear what you're saying, but if I'm somewhere around and a dude put his hands on my sister, my mama, I'm not gonna wait for the beating to stop before I tell somebody.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, but you gotta remember one thing, and I always say this: your obligation in life, once you are married and once you have children, your obligation is to them. Your obligation is to your family, which is your wife and your people.
So you saying, so Cameo, what you're saying is that as fucked up as this situation is, and as fucked up as it may be, what's going on, we have to mind our business.
No, what I'm saying is you get the law involved. I know people don't want to say, oh, man, I ain't caught, but I handle myself. I'm telling you, man, and I'll say this because I'm retired now. I had a female over my house one night. And this is 20 years ago or whatever. I had a female over my house. She didn't want to give me no pussy. And she said, I want to take me home. Earlier in the day, that's who got an attitude now. I told her, fuck you, get out of my house. And she said, no, you taking me home. I said, okay. I got on the motherfucking called the local police. The police came and escorted that bitch out of my motherfucking house. Simple as that. I'm not putting my hands on this.
Oh, okay. I'm waiting on this. Okay, so where is this story going? I'm just saying this.
No, what I'm saying is, what I'm making is that brothers have this attitude that I'll handle myself. I'll put my hands, whatever the case may be. Those brothers, all these brothers out there, 2020, them days is over.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Call the motherfucking law. If the bitch slap you, if she just punch you in the chest without a hanger, call the motherfucking police, bro. Because I'm telling you, your ass is going to motherfucking jail if you do it. I'm telling you. Okay. I'm telling you, man. You know, them days is over with, Jack. They over with.
All right, Camille, I got you.
Great show.
Thank you, Daddy.
Great show, brother.
Thank you. He brings up another point. So basically, what he's saying in today's time, you just gotta let the law handle it. Just kind of deal with it. I mean, I'm still with you though, Cabo. I can't understand this. What I'm gonna tell you, if anybody that I love, please, I'm begging you with tears in my eyes, leave him alone, please. That's all I'm asking.
Walk away from him.
Please leave mine alone. You know what I'm saying? Please, because I'm not 911
I'm still that person that even if I saw it out in public, I'll stop and intervene.
Okay,
that's just me. Do I run the risk on something happening to me? Yes,
but I
have to look back and think. But I'm with if it was my sister out there getting her ass kicked, I wish somebody would step in and stop it.
But I'm with you. I mean, as fucked up as it may be, I'm with you. I don't even have to know you, but if this motherfucker, you ain't gonna be by yourself. Well, hey, bro, what the fuck is your problem, homie? You know, at least try to divert the nigga long enough for you to get up and run or something. I don't know. And then, you know, now I'm in some other shit, and I deal with that as a man as it comes. But I just think that we as a people, women or men, I believe it's our responsibility to intervene. That's just me. And the consequences, as fucked up as they may be, you understand what I'm saying? It's just kind of what it is. I don't know. I'm just, let me call this caller, man. We had a caller call in. Let me see if I can get him on the phone. It's scary. It's scary. Wow.
You just don't know what to do sometimes.
Yeah.
Call somebody.
Just say you always call the police first.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody. Then don't put the police in your business.
Say, caller, was you calling in for the show?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. Was you calling in for the show?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, I was. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. State your name. Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Jason, man. I wanted to support the Cowboy and Cousin Wanda, man, and let y'all know, man, that this domestic violence thing is real, man. I saw when I was about 7 or 8 years old, man, I saw one of my very good friends, his dad used to beat his mom outside the house. I mean, like heavyweight boxer style. And he would make us laugh at her, or he threatened to beat us too.
Wow.
And that literally has shaped who I've become as a man. And you know, I know Wanda very well, so you can attest to some of this stuff, man. And like recently, I was here in Atlanta, man. I saw a guy beating his girlfriend outside as they walking down the street. And I went back to when I was a kid, man, and when I was helpless. And I realized I'm a grown man now. I'm 6'5" to 80. I'm no longer helpless. And like Cowboy said, man, I intervened, man, and I had my pistol on me. And I intervened. I saw old boy Reese before I knew it. I had to drop my pistol on old buddy.
Wow.
And, you know, luckily it didn't come to a situation where I had to use it because I don't want to risk my freedom. But like Cowboy said, man, I got 4 daughters, a sister. I'd be damned if you hit one of mine, man, it's going to be some flopper brain and clock singing.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I just asked. I just begged for the mercy of the Lord and sweet baby Jesus. Please let them leave my people.
Sweet Jesus in the manger, please bless.
Please let them leave my people alone. Yeah.
These wayward souls know not who they fool with.
That part right there, man. So you believe like, because I'm with Cowboy. I just feel like it's all right to intervene. You know, especially at the moment. Now I ain't gonna go deep into your relationship, deep into your home, but you know. And I don't have to know you, but hey, brother, what the fuck is you doing, bro? Right. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, player, that ain't cool.
Bro, you got to intervene, man. You got to, man, because what if it's your kid, your sister, your wife? It could be in a situation, man. A buddy of mine just went through that. His little sister got beat by this guy because she didn't know he was married, and she broke it off when she found out. He beat her, man, and poured hot grease on her and took her to the ER. And left her.
Okay.
So what happens?
The police got before we did.
Well, that's the best thing. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you for calling in. Hey. So,
a lot of people ask me, well, why did you stay?
Yeah.
I had a number of reasons. My kids were the most important thing.
Yeah.
And why, what took me to get out, like you asked? It was just tired.
Let me ask you something delicate. So you said earlier that you loved him. When it was all said and done, did you realize then that wasn't love? Or did you still love him?
I think she still let a nigga. Anyway.
God bless his soul. God bless his soul. He passed away a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Did he leave some insurance money, though?
Goddamn. I believe in unconditional love. Yeah. Because God has to answer for their stuff. They have to answer to God for that, not to me.
Okay.
So whatever you do, we were married for 17 years. He never was sick in his day. The month after we got divorced, he had psychosis.
Okay.
Never had a disease, anything. It's not hereditary, nothing in his life. He had it. He lived with it for 10 years. So I'm not saying that God gave him that, but I look at it to this. Everything he did to me, he had to be responsible for it. He had to answer for it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I don't believe in being mean and vindictive. So no, I still love him unconditionally. Right. He's my kid's dad. And people say, "Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Why didn't you leave?" It's a mental thing.
Yeah.
And when you come down to helping the other people, I'm like, the person has to want to have help for themselves,
right?
And have to be finally tired. Right. And once you get tired, you're tired.
I mean, but that's like with anything, though. Exactly. That's just like even with these born ass MCs and other things in general, But say, man, I just October's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. What I'm gonna tell you is this, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm taking from this whole thing. Is that I thank God that I haven't seen it. I thank God. Because I'm exactly like Cowboy. I'm just not having it. Period. And it's not my business, no, but I'm just not having that. Woman or man, even if I see a broad like, mama, hey mama, listen, I think you need to calm down, because if you push this nigga one more time,
you're on your own.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm just trying to tell you now. Right. Now understand it, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. This is what I want to take from this whole, and I want all y'all to take this from this whole thing. Everybody that's listening. Eliminate the man, the woman hitting the man, and vice versa. Eliminate that. Put into place, if you hit anybody for any reason, any race, gender, or whatever, then they got the right to hit your ass back.
No.
Shit. I'm trying to save your life. I'm trying to save your life. I'm trying to save your life.
Well, you're in that situation where you can either Donkey Kong.
Donk?
Yeah, that's from the top of the head.
I know, I'm with you. Yeah.
Punch him in the titty, or kick him in the coop.
So
I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to stop
that's just to get somebody off of you.
So you two as men, I have a question. Okay, so with the situation being a family member or sister, like the guy said, you're gonna wind up the first time she's gonna go back to him. So what you gonna do the second time? You gonna come to a restaurant?
Well, no,
again?
because see, this the no. See, because this the thing. You only got one time to show me that you crazy. What I'm gonna tell you, now, I'm a real shit aside, and I'm now that we get in person. My sister, this is my dad. My dad, one of the greatest men alive. My sister, it's the first time it happened, got into it with her boyfriend.
Because of a domestic violence or just arguing?
I don't.
Fussing?
My sister crazy motherfucker. So it was. I don't even know how he was even there, but that's his problem. Anyway, they get into a fight. She called me. This nigga. What? I'm on my way. My dad said, "Hey, son, come here. Let me tell you something. Sit your ass down. Leave that alone." But daddy, son, sit your ass down. Leave that alone. I'm telling you.
Because it's gonna happen again.
I'm telling you some good shit. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you finna go over there, get your ass whooped, or beat his ass, whatever, and boom. I didn't listen. Went over there. Hey, what the fuck? My sister jumped on me.
Because she was protecting the one she loved.
Yes.
She's not gonna let nothing happen.
Yes.
It's a mental
Yes.
thing. Yes.
So if my sister is listening, that's why I don't fuck with you. I gave you your one chance.
But they don't. It becomes a mental sickness.
I'm telling you, you
So you
only
got to help 'em.
delicate. If I save your ass one time,
You got to help them.
no. If I say you got one lifeline.
Okay, I'm gonna call you when it's over. Then I'm gonna call you this is my last draw. Look, come get it, dude.
Cause see, that's the thing, and this is what I want everybody to. And this is what some of the things I preach and teach. As my friend, you know how I am. So when you call me, I'm coming. But consider before you call me what you're taking me from. Because I got other people that depend on me as well. You hear what I'm telling you? So don't call Sale to ask him to walk away from his family, his wife, his mom, his dad, his children, to sacrifice his businesses and everything else if that ain't really what you mean.
Well, I think a majority of the time that it happens, nobody will call. When you're a victim, you're waiting for somebody to rescue you.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying in general. I'm just saying in general. That's why I'm telling you, I don't really put myself out there like that, because when you call me,
you coming.
I'm telling you, I want to be the last person you call, because I want you to understand what you're taking me from. I'm not going to call Delicate and say, hey, I need you right now. If I haven't considered your 3 kids, your job, your livelihood, all of that shit got to be considered first before I say, I ain't got no other choice. Delicate, I need you. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that we as a people, we take that shit so lightheartedly. You feel what I'm saying? That
Because they don't think about it.
Because we don't think about that. But I have to. Even putting this show on, I have to think about, what does this affect? Who does this affect? How does
Actions,
it?
different
Everything.
yes.
So before I even, and that's just where I am in my life. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I invite people into my house. Everybody in the house don't know them, but I'm taking the responsibility that
I'm gonna trust them enough.
now. And if you show your ass, then I'm gonna show my ass and say, hey, I'm sorry, but that's just what I'm saying as a people. So my thing of it is that lesson right there that my dad taught me and showed and told me, and then my sister confirmed it, is that I'm done. So I don't need 2 or 3 chances with you to understand that I'm not fucking with you. I don't need that.
Just that one.
Just that one. And if I'm wrong, then I'll roll with it. I'll roll with being wrong. I'll roll with losing, a good dude or a good friend or whatever. I'll take that because I'm not perfect. I'm not right. But all I'm telling you is you got that one. So if I save you that first time, and again, it's your business, whatever you do, because you grown. You got to answer for this shit on your own.
Yeah.
But that one, you get that one saving from me. And that's with anything, like even now, like on the bike set. Okay. The first time you show me who you are, that's just who you are. I don't give a fuck. You can't change it. You can't change my opinion of it. Nigga, I know you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? No, I done seen.
Sit back and watch.
And that's it. But now I'm not mad at you. I'm not tripping on you. I
You just do how you do, and that doesn't necessarily mean I have to do
I'm
it with
a
you.
move around all the how, and that's just that. And I think that that's one of the things too. again, we as a people need to understand that.
Well, Sal, let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
Because you're big in the motorcycle community, well known. You know a lot of people out there. If you had to put a percentage on it, what did you think the percentage of domestic violence within the motorcycle community is?
I say it's about, for me, doing the guesstimate of what we call domestic violence, the abusive part. Because see, everybody want to think domestic is the physical, but it's abusive too. It's a mental and it's abuse. I would say 25%.
Okay.
You know,
the only reason I ask is because I've never seen it.
No, because I've seen how. Well, I'm put it like
you've seen it.
No.
It's under a certain demeanor.
Now I'm finna. Hey y'all, to all my Negroes, I'm finna break man law shit.
I'm just saying.
I'm finna break man law shit. No, I'm finna break man law shit because I'm finna give you an example. You done seen it. I'm finna give you an example of seeing it. When you're in a club, oh Lord have mercy, I'm finna
Don't do it.
You're in a club, and you know that this motherfucker got a whole wife and family at home. But you know that this motherfucker also got a whole set wife and some other shit and some other shit that's going on. Now, it ain't my business. That's his get down. And it ain't his business if that's my get down. But that's also a form of this topic in its own little way. So you done seen it. You didn't because I done seen how men treat their wives or men treat their girlfriend on the set. Bitch, who you talking to? Right. Whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? So what I try to do and how I try to deal with it is, that's why your ass ain't got no business over here. Say, take your ass home. Because in this house, it ain't going to happen. Only thing I can protect is this house. Only thing I can protect is how it's goes on. Now, once I step outside the door, remember I tell you all the time, when you want to start, no, it's scary outside. I tell her that all the time. Say, yeah, no, it's scary outside. Because outside there's shit going on that I can't control and shit, you know. So I kind of, so we, you know, it's just bro, it's hard. It's rough, but it's out there. I can believe it's out there. And from different aspects, from the verbal, you know, maybe not so much the physical, but the verbal, the mental, the whole 9 yards. It's out there. I believe it's out there. I'm not gonna play dumb and act like it ain't because I'm watching you. I'm watching how, you know, you fucking up a whole household for a hood rat. So it just is what it is. But another subject for another day. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
stay tuned. Mess up household for a hood rat. Okay.
Thank you, Liz. Give them whatever information they need to contact you.
You can contact me on my Facebook page, Purple Hearts on Steel Against Domestic Violence. I have a Facebook page. You can ask for requests. Email is purpleheartsonsteel@gmail.com. And my personal cell is 404-333-5123 if anybody wants to ask any questions. Before you go on to the next person, I just want to say over the last 2 weeks, I've had 4 females on the set that told me their domestic violence situations.
Wow.
I'm not going to put their names out there because that's their business. They confided in me, but I want to say kudos to you ladies. I'm glad you guys are over it. But if you think what we talked about today was horrific,
it's worse than that.
Wow. One of them really, really went through some terrible stuff, and I'm just so thankful that she made it out. So just, you know, come on, you guys. Like, if all of us women and men could get together on this set and in the community and try to do something to stop this, I think we would be great.
Well, and again, too, you know, like my man Cameo say, you know, you got to kind of mind your business, and I'm with you. But I'm also with the responsibility of, hey, letting you know, nigga, I know.
So my brother's keeper and my sister keeper, what boundary lines does that hold?
Mm-hmm.
If we wearing it and you see this going on.
Again, you got the one. I'm gonna be in your business one time. I'm gonna be in your business one time. I got to get there one time. After that, little mama, listen, because it's scary. I'm telling you. I can imagine sitting your ass in jail your whole life and got changed and tripped around for a motherfucker that's right back
With the same person.
Oh my
and it's
goodness.
funny that you say that your dad told you that, because my father told me the exact same thing about my older sister and her boyfriend. It was the same thing. They were going through stuff, and he hit her, and I was like, I'm finna go put that thing to him. My dad was like, no. He was like, because if you go out there and do that, he said, if your sister be out, he'll be in the ground, and you'll be in jail. He was like, because when she get ready to leave, she knows how to leave.
Wow.
But the downside to all of that is watching your loved one go through it.
Yes.
And
Well, see, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
saying physically, but I'm
Yeah.
saying if you know he done put his hands on your sister, she show up with a black eye. You know what the deal is.
Oh, see,
you know how she
I
got
got
it.
to go. I got to. Okay. Mama, can I get a to-go plate, please? Because I can't. That's just shit. It just. I can't. Man, that shit don't make y'all itch. That shit, man. That shit got me with the
I
creepy.
have zero tolerance
So
these days.
it what it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this show, man. And I want to thank these cats for being transparent, man, and for coming here, laying it all on the line, putting their business out there. You know, y'all nosy anyway. Y'all be wanting to know people's business. So finally, somebody done gave you some business. But I hope you take it and learn from it, and understand that we do have a responsibility to each one. And it is it's a what they call it, double dutch. It's a double dutch situation. You want to jump in, and you got to find the right time and all that. But ladies, there is help out there. Men, there is help out there. And abusers, don't get caught. Don't get caught fucking around with other cell people. I'm just telling you right now, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be ugly. But on the whole, man, I thank you guys for coming out. Really.
I thank you for having us, Sel. Thanks for the opportunity.
Man, it is what it is. I'm gonna continue to play the commercial all month. We're gonna run it until we run it. Wow, on the set.
Well, Diamond Clusters does a annual domestic violence ride. This 2021 is going to be in April.
In April.
The 27th of April.
Because I want to reference all of this, so I'm gonna make sure we put it all together. Cowboy, if you got anything too, let me know.
Okay.
Always let me know. And we'll come back and we'll do this show again and again. Because I think, like I said, the more we can put it out there, you know, the more we can have fun with it. Because that's the thing. I'm amazed with all of you guys that we can even have fun with a situation. You know what I'm saying?
We're survivors.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, still, some stuff is just never. You can never. It's hard to laugh at some stuff, but you need the laughter. You need that energy, you know, to kind of get past it sometimes.
I think the laughter comes after the learning.
Yeah.
Once you learn, then you're able to laugh at it. You're like, dang, did I do that?
Yeah.
Did I allow him or her to do this to me?
Well, the one thing I can say, when you come out on the other side, one of the good things that you take away from it is that it lets you know where your tolerability level is, what you will and what you will not tolerate from that point on.
So it just makes you,
and how
it just
somebody's
changes
gonna,
everything.
Yes, how somebody's going to talk to you and treat you.
But for you, before you leave, I'm gonna give you one of them glow in the dark markers. Before you leave, I'm gonna give you one of them glow in the dark markers before you leave. That should kind of help you out a little bit.
The funny thing about this is, you know, like I said, a lot of people still do not want to talk about it. They don't want to get involved. And today was a lesson, because if this was a regular show on sales podcast, that phone line be blowing up. Mm-hmm. But people ain't had too much.
Well, no, you got, like you said, you got to understand this though. It would be, I guess, like I said, I'm impressed with him. I'm impressed with all of y'all. Mm-hmm. But for a man to come and say, yeah, but she kicking my ass on the regular, yeah, buddy.
But that's not the part, you know. The females also get to the men's mentally. You don't have to put your hand on them, but you can mentally abuse them. Mm-hmm. You can mentally have somebody jacked up when they start doing this stupid stuff. You're like, man, why you did this?
Because see, Queen be trying to make me think I'm crazy. No, motherfucker, that money was there. Yeah, I'm not crazy.
He's like, no way.
Yeah, no, I didn't touch it. Yeah, somebody touched it. Anyway. But I love you guys, man. Thank you guys for coming out, man. Thank the callers for calling in. My man Charles William, I appreciate that donation. Don't forget, man, your donations help the channel to grow. This shit that you see in here, this shit do not just come out of the air. This shit costs, and to keep it running and stuff. So that's what your donations are used for. Make sure you support my girl, Purple Hearts on Steel, my man Cowboy Delicate. And when you see them, give them a hug, man, because I'm telling you, I learned some stuff about them today that makes me look at them totally different. Because not only, it's easy to say I'm a survivor, but to be a survivor, I can't even imagine. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, for me, I guess coming out of prison, for me, like, you in the prison? Yeah, and I don't want to go back again ever, but I do know that if I go, it's gonna be for the cause that it has to be for if I ever have to go back. But love you guys. Thank you for coming out.
Thanks, everybody.
Any last words? No?
Keep smiling.
You got any last words?
Yep, keep smiling and stay safe, everybody.
Cabo, what you got for him?
Do what you do.
So let me see.
You can catch Cowboy on some porn videos.
Yeah.
2021. Diamond Clusters are having an all-male calendar coming out too, so y'all be ready.
Listen, for all of the men and everybody else that go through what you go through, I got a song. We're gonna close with this song right here.
Oh my
Hey man, that's some fun. Listen, man.
I love y'all, man. If you book.
Hey man, we going, man.
It should have been Nuck if you book.
I love y'all, man. We out of here, man. FHO Podcast Radio, man. The chosen.
Yo, testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
That's how I got that heat. Let's go.
Greg Street in the building. I'm riding with my homie Big Cell. FHO Radio, the podcast with the FHO NIC, Big Cell, Lil Debo, aka the Brown Eminem, coast to coast, on the mics, fast Harleys only. Get with it.